and the car froze, and he went into his story. The judge, the judge that was watching over the whole
You
case.
never know.
You never know who was abducted and who wasn't, and who won't tell the world about it. But people, this is what I'm getting at. A lot of people have stories, and they're afraid to say it. All right, it's time. You're not going to be called crazy. They're not going to put you away because you said you were abducted anymore. Whether they believe you or not, it's a different story. Whether you can prove it or not, it's a different story. But they're not going to lock you up, which they would kind of do, or would try to do. Now, John Ford's in the nut house because he shot a video of a UFO crash. All right, I saw the video and I went out where the ship crashed. So, and that was in 1996. He's still in the nut house. They won't let him go to trial. The government comes in every year and says we got to reevaluate him. People, I mentioned this already. I have people that are dealing with top doctors and lawyers, and they've all been abducted, and they each have their different experiences. They each don't know what to do with it within in their life. They won't come out and admit it. They got a nice job and a career, and they don't want to come out and say that and screw it up. So I was always talking about it, and I brought this up. I joined the site with Richard Dolan, and I mentioned it on air. I said, these people come out when they're ready to die and talk about something. It would have been nice to come out when it happened, so we can really get into it. 50 years later, what are we going to prove about Roswell? Oh, we're still proving it. I said, yeah, really?
A lot of the people in the military aren't allowed to talk because they sign forms, don't they?
Well, they sign it. But again, if the government was killing people and they said, don't tell anybody, would you keep it a secret?
Yeah. You don't want to kill me, thank you.
See, what's his face? The guy that left the United States because he exposed all the truth. Oh, I can't even think of his name. They even did a movie on him. But he's in another country and he can't come back to the United States because they want to put him in jail right away. But he exposed the truth in detail. I can't think. Snowden. There was a movie made on him as well, but he's in another country. He can't come back to the United States.
Yeah.
He said he'll come back if they give him a legal trial, hold on. And they don't even want to do that. I got to let Mr. Gizmo go on. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay. Hello, Dylan. The guy who used WikiLeaks. Yes. Yeah. It was Edward Snowden. I think it was Edward Snowden, but there's been a few other people who's been locked up.
Well, there's 2 other people, but he made it famous because they were chasing him down, trying to catch him and all that, and he kept putting more, and he's still putting more information up. He was on top of the top files, so he's not making stories up either. I mean, if he was putting out lies, I could see it, but he's putting out the truth. Like my motto is that they don't want to hear the truth. Nobody wants the truth. They'd rather hear a lie and pay for it. And
that is the truth.
So now, let's get back to the idea. All the people having experiences right now, all right, talking to aliens, working with aliens, and all these other things. I keep saying, Sergeant 18 and I filmed UFOs from 96 to 2002. We shot more different kinds of ships than anybody else in the United States. Nothing happened to us. We didn't get taken out or anything. Stephen Greer comes out and goes, oh, they offered him $2 billion not to talk. But he has no evidence, no proof of anything. All he's trying to do is get other people to talk, which is what he does. Except now what he's doing, he feels that we need to eliminate our government, United States government, and have aliens work for us and guide us and all that. People, he's got lots of money, just so you know, he's building a whole center and all that. People, are you ready for the truth? Or you want to stay caught up in the lies and get pulled into it? That other person we had on this show, which I never would have brought on, who said that he wants to build a base for the aliens to land on the planet, got millions of dollars. He's building this giant base for them to land so that they can talk to our government. What makes them think they want to talk to our government? Who? The United States, Russia, China, Japan? Who do you think they want to talk to? How about all of them at the same time, like the day the Earth stood still? And that's why I named it that. Because, if aliens are going to come here, they're not going to tell us why they're here. For real. People.
Aliens are already here, and they've chosen to speak to people that they've abducted, whether it be by mistake or deliberately.
What
contact
I'm
is
saying
happening
is,
with other species, and it's been happening for a long time. A
well, I
long
meant
time.
talking to the world as a whole, like
Mm.
standing in front of New York City and have all the news reporters come out and film them while they're talking to them and say, "Oh, we're here to help you. Help us for what?" You know, I, Tina, we've been doing a show a pretty long time, and I don't bring too many people on. I don't bring many people on at all. Not on this show, because hold on, too many
It's a
people,
conspiracy, Tommy.
too many people have this programmed idea that aliens are good, and they talk to them. And all these people that are talking about the mantis, the Anunnaki. I mean, people are trying to say they're Anunnaki. They're
Person with sense, science, and all these everything else. So they can't be positive energy all the time, because if there's positive energy, you wouldn't need to have cleansing. You wouldn't need, you need negative energy to get positive energy. So if you get negative species, you're going to get positive species. They all can't be good. If they were good, they wouldn't be abducting people against their will and torturing them, would they? Now, no. So
right.
they all. I'm sorry.
You know,
You get good and bad humans, don't you? Come on.
I know Tina's going to be pulled into this UFO world with these conferences and everything else, but she's a little more easygoing than I am. She'll
No,
talk to
I
her.
I
Oh,
just think I'll put it differently. Or put it
well,
differently, but we have different views on the same subject.
yeah, but one's true and one's not. You sat down and talked to what's his face and had lunch or dinner with him. I mean, I said, you want to have dinner? You ready for a debate? I said, you want to talk about the lies or the truth? I'm
Yeah.
hardcore, and that's why people will not talk to me. I won't get invited to any more conferences. I did a few when I was lecturing with Global Sciences with Sergeant 18. We did it for how many? 6 years, and we lectured all over the United States at that time, and they all respected us seriously. All right, I wasn't the main person, and Sergeant said, "Look, you want to lecture with me?" And he brought me in, and then I was his. We were both always working together. So he disappeared now, and he won't talk to me, and he's got a lot of money. That's all I know. But in the interim, we had thousands of pictures copyrighted. All right. He copyrighted all mine, copyrighted all his. In the interim, we put them up. I was doing Kerry Cassidy's show for 9 months. We put pictures up every week. We put 5 pictures up that were never released and things like that every week. Do you think we got any kind of major complaints? Do you think the government harassed us? Do you think any of that? No. You know why? I'm not going to tell you why. But think about it. Why didn't they harass us? Why are some of these people that have no truth are being harassed by the government? Like David Wilcock. Oh, they're trying to kill me. Oh, they're trying to kill me. I mean, these people come out and say they're dying. I have 15 friends that were taken out multiple ways, but they were all disappeared and gone. So if they want to remove you, they will. And if they wanted to remove Stephen Greer and he didn't take $2 billion, guess what they would do? Pay $1 million and he'd be gone in a second. People, are you aware of what's happening? Do you watch any movies about the mob or things like that? It's real, people. And they're not going to spend $2 billion to take somebody with a big mouth out. Why would they? It's a lot. Get some homeless person, give him $1 million, and take him out in a second. We're dealing with the real world, not the make believe world.
See,
And
in
if
the
it,
real world, I'm not telling you a question, Tommy. It's not about people say it's about belief. You either believe in aliens or don't, but I still can't wrap my head around it. They are a different species. They're bipedal. They're different species from humans. Okay, they are a species. So what makes people think that they got little green aliens in them, in their mind, and there's little green men in it? It's not. It's a different species from us. That's not such a great leap to understand. Now, to say that they're intelligent, well, we're intelligent. We like to think we're intelligent, but we're not. They are technologically advanced. I don't think they're biologically advanced, although they could be, but they are technologically advanced more than us. So they are a distance in our future. I mean, the gap between them and us is like a snail and an elephant. Do you know what I mean? And it's ridiculous. But they can communicate in different ways. So why can't people understand? It's not about they believe. people believe in pieces of paper and people they've never even met or seen. These things have been seen in the sky. You've got abductees like me coming forward saying that they've had these experiences. They are, you've been taken against your will by these creatures, and they're creatures. They're another subspecies or some type of species different to us. That's not so hard to believe that they exist. So you don't need to believe. I know that's the difference. I asked Giorgio. Luckily, I got to ask Giorgio too close and Travis Walton. It's not the same thing. It's you don't believe. I know. So I know what I'm talking about. I know what I've seen with my own two eyes. I don't need to believe in what someone else says. I know because I've seen it. Tommy.
Did you ever talk to the alien hunter?
Which one?
He claims he's #1 alien hunter. Oh, he has a cowboy hat and he goes around.
Oh no, that's next year. I was going to get to see him, but I didn't. For some reason, I couldn't go down to England 2 years ago. I'll see him next year.
Well, I
meet Luis Elizondo. I meet Luis Elizondo next on the list.
Well, I'll talk about him in a second. But I was watching his lecture for 2 hours a couple of days ago. He's friends with TJ, the one I did the show with for 12 years, and so is Travis Walton as well. But here's the thing, people. I listen to them. Now, listen to a story. Listen to the details, and then try to fill it in with reality, like, okay, is that possible, or whatever. Now, his story he came out with, which he just said 2 days ago, his son was 6 years old, all right, and he saw an alien. So what he did, he set up a crossbow facing the door to shoot anybody that came in his room. And he goes, he could have shot me if I went in the room and everything. But he was 6 years old, and he took out a crossbow, set it up on a platform, and pointed it at the door to shoot somebody coming in the room. I said, how's a child have a crossbow? How's a child have the ability to play with it? Never mind set it up that it could be used to hurt somebody, including his mother or father.
What has that child been through to feel he needs that type of defense?
But see, again, his father, Mr. Whatever, he claims a lot of things. He goes around with this big wax hand, all right, because he had somebody back of the person, and they're saying that he's a healer. So he goes around with this big wax hand. I'm hardcore, and I mean, aliens are not here to save us. Please, if you believe that, you're really in a delusional state. If they were, like I went on, I listened to this story about, oh, they're all going to help us. They've been helping us. They've been watching us. Then I saw a 5-page report on the different aliens and how each one's helping us. And guess what? The first one they mentioned was the Andromedans. And then they mentioned the Arcturians. And I said, well, guess what? The first incarnation I ever had coming into this reality was an Arcturian. All right?
Can I just ask something, Tommy? Say, next time you speak to one of these people, just say, well, how did you meet this person? Did this person knock on your bedroom door or knock on your door? Say, my name's Albert, I'm an Arcturian, and I've come to take you to a different planet. Do you agree to that? Would you like to come with me? How are they meeting these people?
Oh, well,
are they being abducted?
Well, here's the story, though. They're here, and no, it gave the definitions of them and everything. It says the Arcturians are watching over the planet, and they're going to protect us and help us. I said, that's like Christians, religionists, the Catholics, and the Protestants, right? And I said, when do you decide to help someone? And I always say this. I said, when do you help a person? All right, now they said they would protect the planet, protect the people. I said, who was there when Tibet was taken over by China? They killed hundreds of llamas.
Protecting the planet from us, them, or a different species?
But here's the thing. They destroyed 250 temples. They raped a lot of the women, and then they put a lot of them in prison. All right, people. And now China really owns Tibet, whether they admit it or not. The Dalai Lama can't go back to his country. He will be killed if he goes into his country. So he's hiding out in Canada. And I say hiding out because all he's doing is going around the world preaching peace. How do you preach peace, all right, when your country's being destroyed, your people being killed? They were setting themselves on fire, begging the Dalai Lama to come back. I said, if you're going to leave the country, give up the title, give it to somebody else that's there that can actually help them. But I'm a rebel. But again, did this alien race come down and help them in any way? When the native people in the United States who said they work with the Star people were wiped out, there was 50 million native people here. They were all killed out in 400 years. There's only 500,000 native people left today that are full bloods. So
none
again,
of them helped me.
When did they help? When did they help? What's the reason for them help? How many people have to die before they'll help? You know, races love dead people or wars because they can take people, and nobody knows where they went. They just assume they got shot. So even in Vietnam, the people that were in Vietnam are talking about alien ships and everything now. So all these things are always going on in war because they could abduct as many people as they want. And there's no control, no numbers, nobody has to prove anything. And I know the government knows that. And we're at the verge of going into war. Now, Russia's killing all these people. And guess what's happening to these people? Aliens like that. And if they didn't, they would stop it. And if they were here to help us, they would stop it. If we had world peace, imagine if you were a smart alien and you had this planet with 8 billion people on it, if you had them working together, you know how much we could achieve? But when you got
how many smart aliens just up the road, literally from where I live, just from basically a stone's throw on the map from where I live, about 25 minutes from where I live, there's a load of crop circles come out again this year. It's always like in the hottest times. We have crop circles, and one of the crop circles has a very similar, very, very similar image of the one I drew years ago in my abduction report. And you can online. It's a symbol for male and female. So they're either here for harvesting or they're here for a different purpose. And it was in the crop circle in Bishop from up the road.
You know,
so if they can come down and do that to the farmer's corn you've got to eat and fill it full of radiation, that's
when these people come out,
really friendly. But yeah,
like Stephen Greer, or when they come out and say they're going to help us, they're going to help us. Okay, how do they know that? Because they said so.
How?
We're going to help you, and you believe it. You know, it's like it's the most oxymoron world. That's scary because people believe whoever's speaking because they're getting paid money. Do you know these people, the top people speakers, you know how much money they make in 2 hours? $20,000. All right. To talk about nothing. That's what they get paid. Do you know that? That's what they get paid in the United States. All right.
No.
So anywhere up to $25,000, okay? For 2 hours. George Norrie, people from like coast to coast, when he does a conference, he gets paid top dollar. All right. Then they always set up dinner with him on a Friday night, and everybody has to pay $125 to go to dinner with him, to hear him sit there, see him sitting there at the dinner table. You know, people, I mean, you got nothing to do. And I hate to be like, who was it? A comedy on TV. He said, just send me money. But he said really bad things. He said, go in your mother's pocketbook, take their money, and send it to me. Soupy sales, he got thrown off the air and everything else, but he did things like that. But, you know, when people want to spend money and to believe something, I think you really should think about what you're going to get for the money you spend. It's going to cost you $2,000 roughly to go to a UFO conference. The hotel, the traveling, the food, and the conference. The conference is anywhere from $300 to $500. So think what you go home with, other than a bank account that's down to nothing. All right.
Well, while Tommy's on that subject of conferences, there's no way in our earth that's happening. Just to a conference recently, it's 125 to 150 English pounds for a VIP ticket. Now, that's all in good. In Hampton, we're having our first ever Encounters conference. So it'll be an expo. So there will be speakers there, stalls there, guys there. Your favourite alien type of person will be there to have your picture taken with. And the expo is going to be called Encounters, same as the show. And that's coming to Southampton, hopefully, next May. More details will follow, hopefully, next week. We're looking at a venue tomorrow, actually, and it'll probably be the biggest one in Southern England. They don't have them for some reason in Southern England. They're miles up the country in Blackpool, Manchester, and Birmingham, which is the other end of the country to us. So down in mid, we don't have anything. We have a few UFO clubs and some small get-togethers now and then, very, very microscopic. But this will be a big event for everyone to come to, and the tickets are going to be cheap, guys. They're going to be cheap for the first year. We'll be there with cheap tickets, affordable, reasonable price tickets to hear people talk about abduction encounters and things like that. So in Southampton, look out for May 2023, and we'll fill you in next week. Tommy.
You know, like I said, I watch every UFO show, every Bigfoot show, every ghost show. But here's the thing: Ozzy Osbourne, his son, is in the UFO world and
Jack.
ghost world.
Jack Osborne?
But they've been doing a series of ghost hunting and everything. All right, and they have a new one. Is this real or not? And then they have Ozzy and his wife say what level, 1 to 9 or 1 to 10, how scary it was or how real. So they'd show a video, whether UFO, a ghost, a spirit, and they would sit back. But now Ozzy, the son, Osborne, sorry, is doing a show, and it's a series. He's with this woman, and they're going into UFO abduction stories. He went to a country, and he's with
Guys,
his
come
wife.
here, I'll tell you.
But he's meeting this whole town because not half of the people, but a lot of the people have been saying they've been abducted, and they see the ships come in and out and all that. So he's doing something that nobody else is doing. He's talking to abductees, and he's getting the whole story, and he's listening to them, and it's incredible because he's dealing with the truth. Out of all the people out there, he's dealing with what's going on as far as real abduction. I mean, most people don't even want to admit it. Like, Tina was at this conference, and not one person would talk about it. You know, it's the only thing you should be worried about, not what the government's doing in their bedroom and their back room or whatever. What's happening to people that walk around on the streets and go out for dinner and come home, go out to the desert to drive to to get somewhere. What happens to them? I had a lawyer tell me during a court case after the court, he said, "Come here after." And when I did, he says, "Well, I was with my wife, and we're in a car, we're driving across, and this light came over the car, and the car froze," and he went into the story. But it's everybody. It's not protected people. Most people are not protected in any way against alien abduction. The government's not doing anything about it. And they won't support you if it happens to you, which Tina's 100% right. We pay for what we get, protection and all these things. And if we can't get it, why should we pay them? I mean, United States, they're fighting with the police now. They don't want police. Police are useless. And I mean, it's a battle right now because of the beatings that they did. I mean, you got two things going like this, and they're like tearing each other apart. I mean, there's no good people. I keep saying, where's all these good people? Oh, we're all good. Most of us are good. Good in what way? You sit back and you send prayers to the world and then hope it's okay? Do you get involved with anything? Yeah. Do you help anything? Now, the abduction world is serious, people. There's no number. In 1950, they were allowed to abduct 10,000 people a year. Now, 10,000 is a number the government likes because in the fishing game world, they're allowed to kill 10,000 dolphins. And then the Japanese are allowed to take 10,000 whales. 10,000 is a number. You know why? You can't count it. You can't keep tabs of it. How could they keep tabs of how many whales the Japanese boat kills? It's it's a canning boat. They pull a whale in and it gets turned into a can of food on the boat. And they got a big wait. They got a big sign on it saying scientific research.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tina.
No, recently I've heard, I don't know if it's true, that did the Japanese Prime Minister get assassinated?
I don't know about that, but I know
he was shot. He was out publicly speaking about, I want to say about 10 days ago, he got shot. I haven't heard any more. I know he died. But
I didn't hear it either, but I heard Putin's eliminating all the people in his power, all his people around him. He eliminated a couple of different people.
Well, the Japanese guy was the longest reigning member of parliament they had there, apparently. He was really liked. So, and he was shot by a homemade gun, apparently. But I've heard no more about it since then. Mind you, I don't watch a lot of TV.
Somebody said they don't have money. I don't charge for anything I do. If I did healing work, if I did a lecture, I never charged money, people. I'm not doing this for money. I'm not doing it for fame. If I wanted to be famous, I'd lie to you because then you would listen. When I tell you the truth, I know you're not going to listen.
But
So
to be honest with you,
he said about money. I don't go anywhere because everything costs too much money. Even when it's on YouTube, or when you could pay to listen to it, it's usually like $80, $150 just to listen to it, and you're not there. Go ahead, Tina. What do you want to say?
I'm talking about. So when I do my event, we're looking at the prices around £15 to £25 maximum, not £150. It's everyday money. I mean, I work full time. I pay taxes to my government. Are they protecting me? No. I pay national insurance to my government. Can they see me during the pandemic? Can they see me when I'm ill? Can I get a doctor's appointment? No. I pay tax to the government, tax out my bank account, tax on your pension, tax on my food. I'm paying tax on everything. Why am I paying that to the government? They're not even protecting me. So I'm an everyday person at work and I have to pay for everything and I don't get any benefits. So, and just to tell the people, this is free. I tell everyone what I can and what I know on here. But when you're hiring a venue, you're asking other people to come and share their experiences. That all costs. And unfortunately, to get the word out there does cost. I do this for free. I don't get any money from this. Tommy doesn't get any money from this. We're just everyday people working, telling people what's just happened to us. Tommy.
I pay for this site. I pay for YouTube. I'm not asking everybody to give me money to pay for that. I'm not. If I have the money to do it, I'll pay for it if I can. Donations is a great word. Anybody wants to send donations, that's a different story. I'm not making you pay or asking for you. I mean, when I was doing healing work, they said, "Well, you mind if I give you a donation?" I said, "Well, then you want to," and I said, I never made a deal to charge somebody money to do healing work when I didn't want it, but I was always asked to. So
I started a GoFundMe page, Tommy, on Facebook. Guys, have a look. Someone loves a lovely lady who does a show gave me £5 because I started a GoFundMe page. Guys, got 50p, 75p, £2, $5, $10, $1 million. Go on Tina Bird on Facebook and look under Encounter. I've got a GoFundMe page. Like it and share it and get somebody to donate if they wish. Free GoFundMe page on Facebook. Have a look at that, guys.
People, here's the thing. You want to change the UFO world, if you really do, if you got money. I'm not talking to poor people, because poor people don't have money. If you got money and you even get onto this show, would you like to see the UFO world explode? I could do it with a little money. $3,500. A night vision goggle camera would be what I would need. I'd be able to film every kind of ship you could imagine in a short time. I used it one time. I used it for an hour. It was an incredible experience, except they went from 3rd generation to 4th generation night goggles, and it went up like $1,000. But they're incredible, people. If you don't even want to give it to me, go out and buy a pair and do it yourself. Watch the sky. See what you're going to see up there. You'll see ships come together and explode. You'll see ships going around in circles. You'll see the most weirdest things all the time.
Open your door, walk about into your garden, or look out your veranda, look out your window, look out your hotel window, go for a walk and look up. You'll see something.
Now, let me tell you a quick story. I had a friend, his name was Ed Grimsley. He had about 12 pair of night vision glasses, and he would take people out at the conferences and let them see the UFOs and stuff. Well, I was friends with him. He says, well, look, I got a pair here. Somebody paid half of the price for it. If you pay the other half, I'll give them to you. I said, let me see if I can get the money together. Next week, I was talking to him. He goes, they're going to kill me. He was killed 2 weeks later. So, there's a lot of things out there. I mean, this woman that took over I'm not even going to say her name. She took over his job, his business. She has no clue. I called her up once, and she had the nerve to tell me, I'm looking at clouds going over a star. I'm looking at this, that. And I said, what are you looking at? Well, nobody knows what we look. I said, you don't know what you're looking at because you don't even know what you're doing. And I hung up on her. But she's making lots of money. She's one of the big people in UFO conferences that does that now. She had the money to buy these night vision glasses. But people, that's where the real world is if you want to see what's going on out there in space. Because, I have a monocular. It cost me $125.
Yeah, I've got one.
You film through if it's slightly cloudy, I can film through it. Even at sunrise, I could see the stars when you can't see them with your naked eye. So it's hard. It's a small view though. It's like looking through that much space. So when I'm not using it, I could see it. So if it's cloudy, I can't see what's going on, and I have to go like this and keep moving. But see, when you look at stars, when you go out to look for ships, the simplest thing. I've got a book, real simple. It's free if you want it. But if you want to look into the sky and try to see a UFO, you go out there and you stare at the sky. Don't limit it to one star. Don't limit it to anything. Try to see on both sides of your peripherum, however you say it.
Peripheral.
And so that you're not focused on anything, because this way anything moving will bring you to that. And you'll see suddenly a star starts moving or something like that. So it's easy to watch, but you have to be willing to put a couple hours in. I mean, it's that easy, people. It's not complicated. I mean, and everything's not a satellite. You can tell by the speed, by what they do. Satellites don't have lights on them. 90% of satellites do not have a light on them.
Satellites don't move inside the app, guys, just so you know that.
And the second thing is, satellites, they're small. 90% of them now are smaller than a matchbox or a little box. The first ones we sent up were the size of a trailer, a few of them. But they shrunk it. Now when they send a rocket up, there's 1,000 inside each capsule. And they send them out into space. Technology makes everything smaller. So, and that's why I say, imagine an alien race that's this big. When you see an orb, it could be a ship in there. It could be a lot of different things. And Sergeant 18 and I went public 96 and said orbs are real. And everybody was, oh no, they're just blurring the camera lens, it's water, it's dust, it's this, that, and everything. But we filmed them moving. We filmed them, and we filmed them going through objects and stuff like that. Now, a person that died, what is his name? Jose Escamillo. He was filming rods. He called them rods. That was his word. He would film balls of light going through people, but that was in the ancient days. They knew that existed. These white balls would come through, go through people, and things like that. And then he called everything rods. And then he took a lot of our videos and used them in his stuff. And we were going to sue him, but we didn't. But people want to make money. It's not about bringing the truth out. I could be a millionaire right now.
In my back garden, there is my CCTV.
Check that out. Oh, that's one of the ones he shot, kind of.
Yeah, I took that in my back garden.
Oh, okay. Because he always had these weird creature kind of things that look weird.
There you go. That's off my slow motion off my camera. That thing must be 12 feet bloody long.
Well, we know nothing's free. That's true. But as long as I'm alive, I'm going to be putting the truth out there. Period. Like I said, if the government took me out tomorrow, I wouldn't care. I know where I'm going when I die. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about doing the best I can while I'm here, putting what I can out there that people do not know. I do a spiritual show on that as well. All right. Separate from this. But, the truth is all that matters. And when you say the truth, well, everybody has the truth. Everybody has their idea of what they think the truth is. That's a big difference. I mean, if a car's in front of your house, there's a car in front of your house. It's not a goat. It's not a camel. It's not a dragon. It's a car. So when somebody says, oh, no, it must be a car, and it's a dragon. Oh, well, it's your truth, but it's not real truth. So I bring that up a lot because everybody goes, well, I got my truth. And I go, what is it? What is your truth? And people say, well, aliens aren't real. Or you'll hear, oh, aliens are demons. Aliens are this. Everybody has a truth. And they take what their brain knows and puts it into a compartment and pushes it all together to try to get their conclusion without experience. And that's why I said
Tommy,
everything.
It's that time of the show. It's 22. Thank you for the comment, John, about my new background. I got it off Amazon. Thank you. This time of the show, Tommy, get your Geiger counter out. So other people were gonna. Someone messaged me or messaged Tommy the other day, said they were going to get a Geiger counter. So please let me know how you got on with your Geiger counter. So this is the one I got off Amazon. I wasn't very well for a few weeks, and Tommy made a joke saying I should get a Geiger counter or electrical magnetic meter.
It wasn't a joke. I meant
it wasn't a joke. It wasn't very well. There's the one I've got. This is my second one, guys. My first one fell at Christmas. I think just before Christmas or fell in some tea. So I'm just going to turn mine on. Now, last week it went off the scale. Normally it reads 0. There you go. So last week when I turned it on, it went absolutely mental and it's going off again now. I have a smart screen TV. So if you look back over episodes, other episodes, you will see that my smart screen TV gives off nothing. So it's not my TV giving off this. And when it flashes red, it says there, electrical magnetic or radiation tester. The bottom one you see is hard. See, it says hazardous. See where it says hazardous? Blinks red, it says hazardous. It will come up. There you go, hazardous. There's micro Teslas and their volts per meter. Now, when I hold it closer to me, you're going to see what it does. So the closer it gets, the higher it goes. I'm just going to...
Oh, I tried something the last time. I put my Geiger counter next to Tina's face on the computer. I mean, I put it up to mine. It went up to 300 on the top and 0 on the bottom.
So I'm going to take it away from you now. It should start going down.
Where's my mirror?
So get one of these guys. And I've been told, because we've been asking, how is it possible that I get both readings? I know some people have electrical magnetic readings. And before it's been 0, but lately it's been going off the scale. And it says, see there, harmful. Now,
I'm going to try
to give up harmful microtesters. So apparently it's something to do with temporal movement or radiation or intermittent radiation, someone has said. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. If you guys can let me know. Get one yourself, try it on yourself, try it where you live, and let me know your results. Okay?
All right.
And that was about £20 on Amazon. I'm going to turn it off now.
Right now, mine is at 250 on the top, Tina.
Mine's
all right,
20.
I got it right next to the screen, but I put it on you. I'm going to see if it changes. I actually got a reading of 20 on the bottom now when I put it in front of your picture on the computer screen. I'm trying to get this, if I could get this mirror to show it.
I'm trying to turn it off now.
Hold on.
There you go.
Let me shut this light off.
So apparently it's something to do with temporal radiation or temporal dimensional, wherever we are.
Can you see that, people? Can you see I'm getting a reading on the bottom now? I got it on her picture. Can you see it, Tina? Or no?
Yeah, I can see.
So that's an impossibility, what I just showed you. I mean, I put it on me, nothing happens. I put it on her face and it happens. How's that possible? People, whatever's going on with this radiation with Tina is mind-boggling because it goes up and down, which isn't possible for radiation. And for me to get radiation when I put it over her picture and not mine is crazy. Trying to get people to listen or even understand that. Well, I think it's the alien race that actually abducted her and they're controlling it.
Well, we didn't know. I wasn't very well.
I don't say controlling it. I say protecting her now because if she was exposed to that radiation, she had all the symptoms for a pretty long time. And if you watch Silkwood, you understand what radiation does to the body. I mean, she was doing all those things, losing her teeth, losing her fingernails, passing out, and all those losing her hair. So, she just lost a tooth rather recently. So, but for her to still be okay is incredible. I mean, I pray every day that they don't take her out.
These are certified ones. These are certified. When they come off of Amazon, they come with a certificate as well. This is a new one, guys. This is a new one. So the 41, my last one, did the same thing, had different readings. And if you turn it on, at the bottom there, you see micro Teslas. Yeah. And at the top is volts per meter. So it's a
Well,
scientific measuring device, electrical magnetic irradiation tester. There you go. It says it there. So
so
I've taken
people,
this into a crop circle. It doesn't go off in my car. It only goes off near me, and it went spastic when I took it into a crop circle.
I I wouldn't have Tina on my show if I knew she was lying. I wouldn't be doing a show if I had liars coming on my show all the time. If I was lying, I wouldn't be doing a show either. All right, I'm telling you, I'm 100% real. So is Tina. She's not doing a make believe Geiger counter trick or nothing like that. I mean, you have it fixed. No, she just bought it. She opened the package and put it on, and it was radioactive on her. So, did the company know how to set it up for her? Hey, we're going to set it up so it works for you. Uh, we're not here to pull anything over your eyes and cover up your true thoughts.
I was saying,
We're
if this
trying
is
to help you.
happening to me, people, Tommy said it's happening to him. Get one and try it on yourself. Read the instructions. This is not supposed to be happening to people. I've asked people in the field. Everyone, like Tommy says, they don't know why it's happening, how it's happening, and we got some feedback a few weeks ago that they say that this type of thing happens around temporal disturbances, whatever that is. But get one yourself. They're £20 on Amazon when you can get it, and test it on yourself and go out. Go to crop circles if they're near you. Test your house. If you think you've been abducted, test your house in the area you live in, guys. This will soon
Just drive
tell
around
you,
with it.
go out at different. It's a measurable instrument. It's a scientific measurable instrument. And if it's repeatable, it's a scientific test, guys.
Here's something I did. I got a AT&T tower and I got a Sprint tower, Verizon tower, within about a block apart up in my town. I'm 6 miles away from both of them. My Wi-Fi goes on and off once in a while. I'll get it, but when I get up there and I go near the AT&T tower, all right, the whole parking lot has radiation in it. When I go near the other tower and I go around, there's no radiation anywhere. I'm not saying it doesn't have radiation. I'm saying it might be a higher frequency or some other kind of higher band of radiation because it doesn't emit any. And I'm not saying it could be clearer because I doubt that. So drive in your car with it. When I go up this road, I saw this place where my meter went crazy. And I told my friend I was driving past a school and my meter went off. Oh, they were given that land because they buried bombs there. All right. Guess what? Those bombs are on the ground, dripping radiation. So, people don't give away land. You know that, right? And why would they give it to a school when all these kids are there? Things people do for money is pretty sad. And if you think aliens are going to be better in any way, what reason would you think aliens would come here and help us? What benefit would it do them? Their technology is 500 years more advanced than us. What are we? We're still having perverted sex and twisted ideas and all that. Is that what they're coming here for? Do you believe that? What do you think they would come here for? A nice can of beer? Or what do you think they would really want to help us with? The solar sunspots are going crazy. They're producing a lot of radiation right now. And I told Tina that last week that it could be increasing the radiation that she has. Because I think it would multiply the radiation in her body if it's like putting too many, would increase the energy of it. But again, they're not talking about that. They're not talking about the dangers of what are really happening to the planet right now. Now they're trying to say the buzz came from outer space. All right, scientists prove that it's coming from outer space. Really?
They found it's a heartbeat. They're calling it the heartbeat signal. Excuse me. They're calling it the heartbeat signal now. That is coming from deep inside in the galaxy, not our galaxy, by the way. It's coming from another galaxy, and that was announced this week. Just keep your eyes on the scientific news, guys. It'll tell you, and then try and follow up on it if you can.
Well, I see. I'm against science completely. They lie, and lie more. If you put your head on the ground, you can hear sounds. I can hear the geothermal plant on this island. All right, and only 1 out of 9 or 10 people can hear it, and they have to be young. All the people cannot hear it. I hear it all night long. I mean, you know how I know it's real? I do this. Guess what? I don't hear it when I do that. How is that possible if it's coming from inside my head? If I did that, you can hear your own heartbeat when you do that, right? I should be able to hear that signal louder. But no, it goes bad. I mean, I tried following it many times. Put my head on the ground, I hear it. try following which way is it stronger, but it's coming out of the ground. I don't live too far from the geothermal plant. All right, people. I called them up. Oh, you can't hear our frequency a block away from our building. I said, really? And they go, we only do it during the day. Another lie. I had a friend who died, said he saw these beams of light shooting into the geothermal plant. His whole family was out 3 o'clock in the morning watching these ships shooting beams of light into the geothermal plant. He said he couldn't call me. He said the phones weren't working. And then about a month later, he said he saw 3 aliens come to his door. And he was dead within 2 or 3 months. I don't know how he died. He was a drinker, though, too. So, I mean, I'm not going to say everything was 100% accurate. But, again, I can only tell you what I experienced, what I saw, what happened, and what he told me. All right? I mean, I see ships all the time here. I film them as much as I can. But it's cloudy every single night here now. Mind-boggling. All right?
Mine, it's not actually in England. It's been cloudy, but it's been like 40 degrees today, guys. It's been extremely hot in the UK. But I managed to take some pictures the other night. And so there was something that caught my eye. And
Did you
when I
ever see
did
that?
on it,
Do it again.
hold on. And then there it is there. It turned into a ball, and then it flickered. Voila, red.
Oh, we didn't get to see that one. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah, and there was a after. Is that tiny? See it flashed red. That's when I got a picture of it red.
It's already passed, but there it is. Okay.
Yeah. And when it went, that's it.
People, what I say to Tina, they're never going to let go of her. She already had 2 implants removed. I many more. I don't know how many total, but she had them. All right, her boyfriend cut one of them out of her butt. Whatever. You know, they like to put implants.
That's true. That's my second husband. That's true.
So people go, oh, like that the alien hunter. Well, I have a lot of witnessed implants and stuff. So what? We know they're doing
They
it.
discovered another planet. So there's another planet they discovered. They said looked like Jupiter. This is not in our galaxy, by the way, guys. So there it is. Good look at it. There it is. There.
Hold on.
Do you see that? All right. So there's the picture they discovered. I think this is last year. When was it? It could be this year or last year. So there's the planets. There's the picture of the planets with a big like Jupiter. Now, a few years ago, I did a painting. Does that planet look familiar? Have a look at that. And now have a look at my painting. And if you look at my Facebook, you'll see I've done that a few years ago. Amazing. There's a close-up of it. Absolutely mind-boggling. And then I've got show you the crop circle the other day, guys. I'll bring that up and show you that as well. Someone to a crop circle, and I couldn't believe that
somebody just put up a video. Somebody's monitoring
there's the crop circle.
Can I mention anything about anything? Like who might be watching our show right now?
Can do. Do I look scared? A little disturbed. Everyone should be.
Did you hear what I said?
What's that?
Can I mention what might be watching our show?
Yes.
All right. Here's the thing, people. Right now I could tell you somebody clicked on our site and was monitoring it because it echoes the voice and everything. All right. We got men in black watching our show. All right. I don't know if they're government or alien, but I don't know if Tina knows that either. But there's both, and they both dress in black. So you're not going to say, well, we're the government or we're aliens. But they do monitor people like her and me. All right. And there's reasons why.
My friend had a visit. He works in the military or for the government, and he had a visit, and they wanted to know his involvement or how he was, how he knew me, which was a bit scary a few weeks ago. So yeah. With that in mind, guys, I'm going to have an announcement next week about my encounters in Southampton. We'll know more, and as soon as I get a date, cheaper tickets, I mean affordable tickets for people, right tickets. Everyone should know the truth. It shouldn't cost them a fortune. It should just right price tickets for information, not just from me. Other speakers will be there. You'll have stalls there, but it'll be an announcement next week, hopefully by then. But for me this week, I've been Tina Brown here in UK and Southampton in 40-degree heat. I do apologise. I've been sweating a lot. And Tommy in Hawaii, guys. And please get a Geiger counter or electrical magnetic device. Give it a go and let us know what you find in your home or about yourself. If you want to know more about abduction, we're the abduction experts. We can tell you. If you want to come on to our show, Tommy's going to put his email up again. Please email Tommy or message me, and we'll get you on the show. We will ask you questions, or you can ask us questions. Or if you have a resolution from another show or question from another show or an answer for us, please let us know. We're always asking this. If you look at the bottom of the screen, bye bye, John. It's been good to see you. And thank you for watching. Please email message Tommy straight away. Or even better still, if you have a donation from me or Tommy, let Tommy know. Send him his monocular or his goggles, guys, if you can. But I've been E.T. Girl here in Southampton in the UK, and we'll speak to Tommy in Hawaii next week. Until then, stay safe.
Bye, Tina.
Bye bye, guys.
Bye. Have a good day. Good night. All right, people. Tina Bird. She's working on a book. It should be out some form. She might have to put the books on a separate link that you can go online to watch them, because they couldn't publish a book 3 times already now. Unknown reasons. So, people are behind a lot of things, and nobody wants to admit anything. I've said I've been doing a show for a while. I pay for it. I mean, I'm not begging money from people. I don't care if you send me money or not, because hopefully you'll listen. Send this link to your friends. That's what you can do for me, that I'll ask you to do. People that might be interested in the truth a little bit. I do a spiritual show probably once or twice a week outside of this one, talking about death, reincarnation, and all those kind of words, God. So, am I saying I'm better than anybody? No. Do I ever even use the word spiritual? I don't. When I become fully spiritual, I will not be on planet Earth, and I will not come back. That's what spiritual means to me. All right. So when people say, I'm spiritual, oh, really? What are you going to talk about? Oh, well, God's protecting us. God's this, God, or Jesus is doing this. Well, I'm aware of all my past lives. I can go into the stories as well, but it doesn't matter. The truth is what you can perceive, what you can learn, and what you will accomplish in this lifetime. And don't think it's about a house, money, car, fame, fortune. That's not what's beneficial to you in life. And it's not how many aliens you could talk to, how many ships you could get on. It's about your actual self, called soul, because your body's going to die. And what happens with that afterwards is how much you learn and grow within your own awareness. So people, I love doing this show. It's the only thing that I feel that I can do that can help the world. I mean, I'm not a millionaire. If I was a billionaire, who knows what I'd do. I wouldn't let it go to my head. That's what everybody says, don't they? And that's kind of why I feel like I'm not going to get it. I mean, Spirit protects me in every which way possible. From dying, all right? From getting money, from having money, from doing a lot of things. I mean, I'm aware of all my lifetimes, which was beneficial to me. I had 5 death experiences, which is also beneficial for me. It's not beneficial to you, unless you had one. So, anybody out there that actually had a death experience, remembers what happened, I'll talk to you about it, offline or online, because, people don't realize that it's the mind that's going to translate their experience. Until they're capable of leaving their body as soul, aware, it's going to be a program. It's going to be programmed by what the mind knows. So please, she tried. They keep coming up, but they couldn't put the pictures in the book. So that's why I told her she's going to have to set up a site and make a link and put that in the book, and they could just go on the link to pull up the pictures. But 3 different companies, and she would have did it. She tried. It was done, and it wasn't done. So it was way before Christmas, and it was like, it's still not happening. But again, people, when you put the truth out there, nobody wants to hear it, and the government doesn't want you to put it out there. In general, all right, if I'm putting the truth out there, why didn't the government stop me? I have no clue. Maybe they're learning as much as everybody else is learning. Because I know much more about the whole HARP system, Nikolai Tesla, and all those words than anybody on this planet. I saw Tesla's notes. I was up where Tesla worked with DuPont. I was there where they flooded the city and ships were going in and out of there for 9 months and the government was surrounding it. So, yeah, there's a lot of information that nobody can talk about. So, Joe 18 and I were the only people that were up there doing and talking about it. All right, people. I don't want to keep going today. I got things to do today that I have to do. But Skype me if you have a question, please. I answer all my questions sooner or later. Good, bad, or indifferent. I'm not here to lie, to cheat, to steal, to take anything away from you. I'm not here to make you believe in the make-believe world, which everybody else seems to want to do. We're not in a good place. We don't have good weapons. We don't have many good people on this planet. Everybody says they're good and spiritual. Really? What does spiritual mean? I do shows on that. Please, if you want to catch that, just friend me on YouTube. Hopefully, I'll keep YouTube for a while. They might take it away. They already warned me. I was blocked for a month. So if keep my email. If YouTube ever gets blocked, email me and I'll give you where I'm going. I mean, I have 3 other sites that I'll be using to put my videos up on if I have to. I mean, I'm blocked from LinkedIn. All right. They already did that to me. They gave me 2 warnings. I have no clue. I told them, tell me what word I use that bothers you so much. And I told them I'm going to get lawyers on top of them and everything else, but that didn't scare them at all because they said, you're still blocked no matter what you do. So, again, whatever fear they have of what I said, they wouldn't tell me directly. You went against our code. And what's your code? Don't talk about truth. Lie to everybody? I said, my lawyer is going to help me prove to you that you have many liars, storytellers on your show that are putting stuff out there that you let them keep doing. And when I try to put the truth out there, you're stopping me? Is there a reason for that? All right, like Snowden. When he put the truth out there, nobody wanted to allow him to do it. All right. I'm glad everybody's in here and listening. Please call me, Skype me. I'll put my Skype up there in case you want to directly talk, because I'd rather talk than type. That's my Skype name. Friend me, and then we can talk on Skype as well. People, look, send this link to everybody you know. We're not here to take your money. Like I said, go to these conferences. What do you get when you go home? Michael Salla lived on this island. I harassed him for a year, then he finally blocked me. But he went to a conference, he came back, and I met with him, and I said, well, he goes, oh, it was really great. And I said, what did you learn? Well, I didn't learn anything. I said, well, why'd you go then? If you're not going to a conference to learn something, why go to it? You just want to party? That's fine. Go to a party. Truth is, there's very little truth out there or a place where you can get it, people. Remember that. Rev.Hawksblood here, Big Island of Hawaii. Enjoy your day, your night, wherever you are. If you're looking for something, don't stop searching, don't give up, and don't listen to anybody else. I can only give you ideas and things to work with, and it's up to you to work and do all the work, because that's where it's going to help you benefit and learn and teach you and show you. Leaving your body is not easy, but it's probably the most important thing you can learn. All right, I don't want to get into that today. Till next time, Rev.Hawksblood here. Send this link to everybody you know. I don't know what happened to my music. It got cut off.